Hi, this video will talk about peer-reviewed articles and show you how to find them using the library's resources. The peer review process is part of what it takes to get published in a scholarly or an academic journal. Journals tend to have a very narrow focus and cater to a specific audience of professionals in a given field. As an example here, I've got pulled up the Oxford Journal of Cybersecurity. If I click on Author Guidelines under Submissions, you can see the submission process for this particular journal. So you can see here briefly, there's a lot to it. The process is pretty demanding of the authors. They specify how to present the data, how to present charts, what needs to be specifically included, and if we go all the way down here, it talks about the peer review process. And it shows you that, here we go. First, the editor of the journal is going to read an article, and if the editor feels that the methodology is insufficient or the data is badly presented, they're going to reject it out of hand. If they don't reject it, then they're going to send it out to other professionals in the field. And if both of them okay it, then and only then can this article be published in the journal. Every scholarly journal across all academic disciplines has a similar publishing process. This is the reason why peer-reviewed or juried articles are going to be more reliable sources. This isn't somebody who's writing an unsourced blog or someone who has a smart-sounding opinion piece. The review process requires researchers to present their methodology, their data, and their findings in a reasonably clear and transparent way, and it allows other researchers to try and replicate those results. So if we go back up to the top and click on Issues, you'll be able to see that we're in Volume 6 and Issue 1 of this particular journal. And then you can see some of the articles they've got published in this particular volume. Looking for this volume and issue is a good way to help you quickly identify when you're seeing a journal while you're searching for resources for your class. When you begin your search from the library's homepage, I'll show you what those results can look like. So I'm going to go down here into the search bar, put in my search term, and then over on the side, I'm going to use the limiters, and I'm going to click peer-reviewed journals. So that's going to cut out things that aren't from peer-reviewed journals, the ebooks, videos, news sources, government documents, that kind of thing. So those are all going to be useful sources, but those aren't the sources you're looking for right now. So you can see here you've got articles listed in your results here. This is the title of the article, followed by the author, the journal that it's published in, the date of publication, and then here you can see the volume, and in parentheses, the issue. You can also see underneath, it's got this handy little peer-reviewed icon. Not every single peer-reviewed journal or article is going to have this tag, so it's not 100% reliable, but it's a very good place to start. And you can see all of our results here do have this tag. Another way is to search through specific databases, and I will open up one here. Click on the database finder. I'm going to go into Homeland Security and open up Academic Search Complete. Log in with my Albany ID and password. When doing your initial search in a database, you want to go down here and check the box where it says peer-reviewed. Not every single database we have access to is going to have peer-reviewed articles. So before you open one up, it helps to read the descriptions in the database finder to ensure you're opening up one that's going to have the type of content you need. However, different databases are going to look a little bit different, but anything that lets you narrow down to peer-reviewed or maybe academic journals is going to provide the type of content, that scholarly article, that you're looking for. And if you forget to click peer-reviewed at the beginning, you've done your search. Again, there's those limiters along the side like we saw on the library search. You can go down here and check the peer-reviewed box, and that's going to narrow it down to strictly content out of those peer-reviewed journals. You'll still want to open up the articles that look interesting. Go ahead and read the abstract. Make sure that they are indeed the type of empirical research that you're looking for, but you can at least be guaranteed that they're coming out of those peer-reviewed journals. I'll give you a quick example of what a couple of the other databases look like here. So we'll go back into the database finder, tools, and I'm going to open up JSTOR. So I'll go ahead and put in my search term. And you can see here I can narrow under academic content to journals. So that's what JSTOR is going to have instead of the peer-reviewed, but it's going to give you those same peer-reviewed articles, that same content that you're looking for. Show you one more here. I'm going to go into a criminal justice database. So you can see this one's going to look a little bit different, but once it's up, again, right here we have this peer-reviewed checkbox, so you can go ahead and put your search terms in and you'll get the peer-reviewed articles. Of course, if you have any questions about whether an article is peer-reviewed or whether it's out of an academic journal or not, please feel free to contact me or the libraries in general, and we'll be happy to help you figure it out.